God, you guys. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, okay, I came back from the sauna, a couple hours ago. Okay, so this is really weird. It makes no sense at all. It's really freaking weird. Okay, so I went to the sauna and, they had some expensive, acrylic designs for me. And a couple weeks ago, like mid-December, probably almost 3 weeks ago, by the way, this is not even A with Lips of Flame! Ah! I drove 45 minutes, and these bastards knew they secretly canceled my appointment. And they didn't have my expensive acrylics ready. And they didn't even call me and tell me. And they did call me a few times as an appointment reminder, but they left no message. There's no voicemail. So I figured, okay, maybe they think a customer will look and it'll just be a reminder to them. And plus, they gave me a card too, the date and the time of the appointment. So, it's common sense that you wait until the customer is late, or patron or patient or whatever. You wait until the customer is late. That's why I thought it's common sense everywhere. Because I've had appointment reminders before. And even when you don't answer and confirm it, I've never had this happen before. I've never heard of this before. And they never told me that anyway. If you don't confirm, they take you off the schedule. I don't know. I've never heard of this before. And yeah, I figured it was common sense that you wait till the patient comes in, and then if they do a no-show, then. But yeah, I did get a few phone calls, and but nobody left any voicemails from this business. So I thought, I don't know, maybe they mistakenly dialed or something. I was like, if they wanted to say something, they would say it. I was like, obviously, I know my appointment. And no one ever told me, because they told me when I got there, if one of the receptionists there told me, we call you a week ahead of time, and if you don't confirm within a week of your appointment, we take you off the schedule. Now, which is a lie, because they started calling me, I think, Tuesday up until yesterday, and my appointment was today. So they were calling me. I didn't get the calls till much, much later. It's not like I saw it while it was ringing, or, I didn't see any of the phone calls. And, of course I didn't hear them. My phone's on silent. So I don't see any of these calls till 12 hours or 1 or 2 days later. I don't really check my message, that much. And so it's many, many hours, even sometimes 1, 2 days. One time I didn't even check my phone messages for like 2 weeks. And okay, but anyway, so it's really weird. Okay, so they had set my appointment for today in the morning. And I don't know, this is just really weird and confusing. And, I'm a human being too. See, this is racism all around. How can you treat a lady like this? Any customer, any patron. Okay, so they told me a couple weeks ago, like mid-December, they set the appointment for today, December 29th, that these really expensive acrylics would be made for me, would be ready. And I was like, okay. And so I go today, and again, same thing in the parking lot as what I posted, criminals, in the parking lot, waiting, stuff like that. And one of them even tried to crash into me. You can't really see the parking, the painted lines. So I put my car in reverse, and there's this crazy criminal car. And there's some little kids that were screaming back and forth outside. I think they're trying to act like they're going to run into my car again. With the endangering little kids' lives. Home Depot and Walmart in the Springfield-Glen Villa neighbors here, Villa's neighbors, tell these stalkers to do that. And I backed my car up, and then when I start to drive, to straighten it, the car speeds up. I was like, you better not hit my driver's side, and they did, and they stopped. And then, anyway, so I go in, and no one is in there at first. And that I saw. Okay. So anyway, there was one receptionist there. She was already, I think, fake talking. Because they're always told, oh, don't show her attention, don't be nice, don't service her, don't deny her everything. So they can't flat out say, Nadia, get out. So they have to pretend to look busy. And she was like fake talking. And I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Maybe she was acting like she was on the phone or talking to somebody else. But okay, so I was standing there and waiting. And then some other girl came from the back. And then she asked me what my name was, and I told her, Nadia, and she said, what is it? And I told her again, and then she asked me my last name, and then she said, what is it? And I told her again. I'm like, you guys knew I was coming, pretending to act like, they have no idea, who I am, when they know I'm practically world famous, especially in that certain industry. And, okay, so she then, says, oh, you didn't confirm your appointment, so you're take off the schedule. So I told her, I didn't get any voicemails. And then she looked at the computer, and then she said, well, it says that we sent him. And then right when I start talking, stalkers, a stalker came behind me, and he starts screaming, and him and the receptionist, again, they start having a screaming match. They're not fighting with each other. This is what they always do. Whenever I'm talking to someone, they start screaming so we can't hear each other. And the stalker from behind me, I didn't turn around, he starts screaming at the receptionist in front of me, and she starts screaming, and they both have a screaming fest in between me, trying to make it so I can't hear. Because they can't stab me, shoot me, and murder me and get away with it in broad daylight. And, well, I'd say nightlight, because it was still during the blue hour, it's still kind of dark out. But, they can't successfully do it. So that's the best they can do. Sandwich me in the middle and then start screaming to each other back and forth. And I first thought the receptionist was talking to me, the other one. And she starts screaming at someone behind me. And again, they're not fighting. They're just yelling really loud when I say screaming. And so then I was talking to the other receptionist, and I told her, and they're doing this every time I talk. Again, I don't know, they have bad intentions. I still can't figure it out. I don't see what's so bad about doing that, because I take that as a compliment when they come around me and start yelling. Because I'm like, you woke up early in the morning, it's 20 degrees. You probably woke up around 5, 6 to get here. And I'm like, you came all the way out here for me, to start screaming. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'll ask my mom someday. I don't understand. I know they have bad intentions, that meaning, when they start yelling behind me. I don't see it as anything bad. I would feel embarrassed if I were them. Because that's telling me that, Nadia, you're so important and valuable and worthy that we came all the way out here. We started screaming. Like, slapping their face. Oh, yeah, Nadia, here, I'm my attention, and give me your attention. That's what it says to me. I don't know what their motive is behind it. It's supposed to be something bad. I don't know. Maybe someone can tell me. I can't figure that one out. Maybe if I remember, I'll ask my mom sometime if I care enough to. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I think they're embarrassed because they can't kill me, so that's why they come out. But then why would they want to embarrass themselves? So it has to be something with bad intent. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't think their intent is to embarrass themselves. I don't know what it... Okay, so anyway, we'll figure it out that later. Okay, so anyway, then they start screaming, and then I'm still talking to the other receptionist. And I said, and then I said, I just thought you guys. I said, well, I didn't get any voicemails, and she said, well, here it says that we did. And I said, I'll show you my phone, and my phone's at home. I was like, if they ask me, I will drive all the way home and bring that fucking phone in and show them all the missed calls. And there were no messages that were left. And I'm like, why didn't you leave a message? Why? They never leave messages. It'll just show missed call. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're signaling to a patient that, hey, we don't have to leave a message. You saw it as a missed call. So the patient, the customer is going to know that, hey, you have an appointment coming. I don't know why they never leave messages, which is weird. I don't know if that's, I've never had that before where somebody, a business I have an appointment with, they call and they don't leave a message. It just says missed call. I mean, anyway, and they said, yeah, we took care of the schedule. And yeah, so then I told her, I go, I thought you guys just, and then I told her, I thought you guys wait till patients come in, like you wait till they come in. And she said, and then that's what she told me, oh no, we wait for a confirmation from the customers or patrons or patients. And if we don't get one like a week beforehand. And I think she knew, I don't know how much she knows about the scheduling with appointments, but I think she must have been told that we called Nadia up until yesterday. They didn't even call me last week. They started calling me Tuesday, like December 26th, the day after Christmas, December 26th, 27th. And the last call was yesterday. And she was saying, see, so they were planning it the whole time. And she said, yeah, we call a week beforehand. If you don't confirm it, you have to schedule. And then I told her, well, nobody told me that. And she's quiet. I said, nobody told me that we had to confirm it or we're going to be taken off the schedule. Seriously, no one ever told me that when I came here, that you must confirm. And I don't know if that's true because everywhere else, I mean, it's like a courtesy for them to call or leave a message, but we don't have to answer that courtesy, right? Right? I mean, don't they as the business have to wait till we come in? Is this like a control tactic done through Home Depot and Walmart again, where they have no power, no control, so they beg businesses to try for them? I don't know if that's true. If someone could look into that. This is all really weird. This is just weird. So I guess, yeah, so Home Depot and Walmart in Springfield Villas, great emphasis on the stores, so they're really pissed off. Good. And don't falter. Keep going. No matter what I tell you, don't back off. Do it more. Remember, go bigger, go harder. Be bitter. Be vengeful. Be hateful. Be vain. Be selfish. Get revenge. Only losers say that. Oh, let go of the hate. Oh, be the bigger person. It's like, shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. Just shut up. And why don't you do that? Take your own orders. Scum like that say, but they don't do it themselves. I'm like, well, you want to act like us, fight back, but then you don't want us to act the same way. Why don't you take your own orders? Actually, I won't say why don't. Take your motherfucking orders. That's the order I'm giving you along with every other victim. Okay, so anyway, yeah, be bitter, be vengeful, be hateful, get revenge. Don't listen to your parent or anybody else. Walk away. No, don't walk away when they start with you. Don't start anything because I just don't care enough to start anything. But if they start with you, you don't finish it. You continue it. Anyway, so then I was like, I don't. And then so I told her, I go, no one ever told me that. And she was just staring at me. And then she just looked over. I think someone was standing far away that I couldn't see. She just turned her head. And of course, she's looking at someone from far away. And that person didn't come out. And then she said, okay, we'll go ahead and take you. And remember, they obviously had this planned before I drove out there. So, okay, well, we'll go ahead and take you. I'm like, did you honestly think I was just going to walk out without my expensive equipment with my mom having a credit card charged of $4,000 and you're not going to really deliver my delivery. You really thought I was going to walk out, turn around, and I'm just not going to get what you promised me today. You really think that? No, they know they have to give it to me. And I haven't even done anything. And, so keep going with Home Depot and Walmart and Springfield Villas. If you know any East Scuzzes that live here, go ahead, do it. They're so mad they had that car parked out there to block me. So that's a good sign. But please help me call the police and complain. Everywhere else too. Oh yeah, and that weirdo, that old guy at 5422. Yeah, he comes out. That's what they always do. Whenever I ignore them, see, this is what happens. They want me to beg them. When that doesn't happen, it flip-flops. Their whole plan backfires. They start acting the way they want me to act. They were hired in specifically to make Nadia react. And then they flip and then they act and lose their temper and start screaming when that's the way they're supposed to make me act. And then they'll come up to me and start talking to me. I ignore them. And I'm like, why are you coming out here and talking to me? It's fine, but I'm not going to flattering, but I'm not going to do it. That's what that buyer's construction did too. It looked like to me, they told him, say something to her, tell her I don't give a fuck, which were his words. And she'll start yelling and screaming. And that didn't happen. I turned her and I kept, recording and talking and explaining to the viewers, showing his truck, and he looked and felt stupid. And he goes, have a nice night. And it looked like, he kept trying to come up to me and talk. I kept ignoring him and kept walking. That's what they do. And this old guy, he's like, hey, yeah, can I help you? He's like, oh, that's there. And of course, I knew, of course, that, of course they sent him. And then remember at the end of the video how he just stands there. He was doing that because he was told to do that. Because again, no one does that. Why was he doing that? Because he wanted me to know that, hey, Home Depot, Walmart, and the other neighbors told me to do that. That's something that no normal person does. No normal human does. He just stood there. Remember, I was walking away and avoiding him. He's just standing there. He didn't walk away and go to his house. Remember at the end of the video? And because they want me to beg them. When I don't beg them, they run to me. When he came out the door, you saw him come out the door. I don't know, maybe they told him she'll bang on your door, or she'll start screaming outside. When I didn't do that, he ran up to me. He comes up, he runs out to me, maybe something like that. And, yeah, he's told her to do that. And they want me to ask, like, they try and hit me, physically attack me, like at Harrison, pull my hair everywhere. They try and get me so mad that I'll ask, hey, Home Depot, or not Home Depot, they want me to ask, hey, what's the problem? Can we work something out? Why? What did I do? What did I do? Run like a fucking dog in circles around them. That's why they do it, and that never happens. And it never will. They want me to beg them, make a deal, because they're the ones who need to make a deal. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to care. I don't have to do anything, and they know that. So they try and flip it, and instead of admitting they're begging me, they want me to force them and to stop them from stalking me because they're getting kicked in the face, rightfully so. Karate kicked in the throats 2 every 3 seconds, and they don't like it. And they're trying to force me, they're trying to create a physical attacks in such situations in order to get me to react, such a bad reaction, that I start begging them, say, oh, what do you want? Oh, what do I do? I'll do anything. I'll do anything you want. Oh. When they're the ones who are, in reality, what's going on is it's reversed. They're the ones who are begging me because I have the power and control. I have to give them what they want. And I don't want to. And I never will. I must just give them exactly what they want. So they can force themselves to stop stalking me because they don't like the criticism and questions and the karate kicks they're getting. That's what's going on. And that's never going to happen. I'm like, that's your decision. Don't bring me. I'm not a part of this. I'm just chasing. You're chasing and I'm just running away. I'm not a part of this. I'm like, you guys have to solve that on your own. Take it to a lawyer or take it to God. But don't take it to me. It's not my responsibility. That's your problem. See a therapist, go that route. You need to see a psychiatrist. And, but keep trying to force us targets to try and give in, succumb to your blackmail in order to force yourselves to stop stalking because you don't like the way you're getting treated. And, and you're begging us. And you're trying to make it, you're trying to create situations to get us to beg. No, that's not going to happen. Because I'm not like that. Even if I wanted it to stop, which I don't, obviously. Rings true, obviously. You have proof of that from the last 7 years. Otherwise, I would have succumbed to your blackmail. Obviously, you know, I'm strong. You know, I can deal with this. And, you know, and that's never going to happen. This is the way I'm going to live my life, so. You're going to have to turn around and face the crowd and say that we lost. Yeah. And you got nothing in return. Yeah. Yeah. All that hard work, nothing. Nothing changed. It just got worse for you. And, okay, so anyway, and you learned that, well, not everything goes away because you blackmail, threaten, flatter, compliment someone, bribe them, harass them, threaten them. Yeah. Not everything you want goes away or disappears, you know. No matter what you do, it always stays up and alive. Up, right, and alive. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so then she's like, okay, we'll go ahead and take you. And then right when I turned around, this guy was blocking me with some little kid, I think. And he wouldn't move, and the doorway is narrow. And I said, excuse me, and he wouldn't move. He kept blocking me. And so someone's really mad. So Home Depot and Walmart, they're really mad here. I don't know, some manager, I don't know. Someone, or SpringfieldGlen, it's definitely Home Depot, Walmart. So something bad, and like I said, keep going. This is a good sign. And, you know, when things like this happen, that means something very bad happened at Home Depot and Walmart. Woo! Okay, so anyway, right when I turned, and he wouldn't move, so then I had to squeeze on, and the staff was watching. They didn't tell him to move. He was trying to threaten me, and he wouldn't move, so I had to slinky on by, and he was laughing, and then he said, "Told you so," and of course I just walked into the reception area and just sat there, and then he was there, and then he disappeared. And he wasn't in the reception area when I got there. He creeped out from the back, like where the sauna rooms are, you know. And okay, so then when I sat down, and remember, they're purposely making me wait, knowing they're not gonna have my appointment. So why are they making me sit? Of course, because they want to keep me around the stalkers. And they're driving past the window and stuff, and sometimes they're honking, and they look like sharks driving back and forth. They look like sharks swimming back and forth. Okay, so anyway, I'm waiting for like 10 minutes, maybe 10, 15, 20, at least 15, 20 minutes, and then that same receptionist comes out, and then some more stalkers come in, and then she was standing in front of the receptionist, and she was like peeking in like that, like standing side. I saw the sideways, and I didn't really look at her. I just happened to glance, and she was like staring inside. And then, and then when me and the receptionist came out, while we were talking, I was sitting down on the couch. Then that stalker, again, every time I start talking, that's when they come in. Again, I don't know what the bad intention is with the. That's what I don't get. Other than embarrassing themselves, showing me how important and worthy I am. And so, yeah, she woke up 6 a.m. and drove all the way out for me just to come in here when I talk. Well, then I would love a huge crowd if they all came out. I'm like, all they had is one? I love that. I'm like, well, why did they send in like 30? I would love that. While I'm talking, they said if they sent in like, okay, so anyway, and they're gonna hate that, no problem. And so anyway, she comes out, that receptionist, and she said, I'm very sorry to say that none of your acrylics are ready. And I said, what? I said, well, what happened? And then she said, I don't know. I just spoke with them, and they said it wasn't ready. And I said, well, why didn't anyone call me? And she looked embarrassed. She said, I don't know. And she said, we'll call you when they are ready. And I was thinking, okay, you'll call me when they're ready, yet you didn't call me this time. And I was like, what if I don't get the message? I always get all my other messages, my voicemails. They purposely didn't leave one. Anyway, and then I asked her, is it because I didn't confirm my appointment? My acrylics aren't ready? She said, no, it has nothing to do with that. I was like, see, so obviously we don't need to confirm our appointment. I didn't say that part, but I was like, see, obviously you don't need to confirm. They need to wait till the customer comes out and doesn't do a no-show. And then I told her, well, I don't have the text messaging reminders. I told them I don't want that. And then I told her, well, that's why they gave me an appointment card. I said, so I didn't have to confirm. And she said, oh, I'll put it in the system next time. And I didn't say this, but I was like, I thought that's why I thought that was already understood, that I don't have to confirm, that they already put it in there as no confirm. Like common sense, because they give me a card and I told them to take me off of text messaging so I don't get the text. So I was like, I already thought they knew that, Naughty doesn't have to confirm because she always asks for appointment cards. We don't text her. I thought they knew that. And she said, I'll put it in the system for you not to get, that we don't need a confirmation. I don't know. Maybe she was making that up. I don't know. This is all weird. It doesn't make any sense. And then, yeah, when I asked, why didn't you call me? And she didn't say, oh, she looked embarrassed. She said, oh, I don't know. But then, now, I realized when I got home, I was like, wait a second. So they called me Tuesday through yesterday, to supposedly remind me of my appointment, yet they didn't leave any voicemails. But the point is they finger typed, they called me, but yet they didn't call me to tell me that the acrylics weren't ready. So all of a sudden they found out today the acrylics weren't ready. Wouldn't they have known my acrylics weren't ready before they called me yesterday for my appointment reminder? So they're saying they called me from December 26th to December 28th to remind me of my appointment, didn't leave any messages, but the trays were ready, and all of a sudden they're not when I get there. That doesn't make any sense. I would think when they called from the December 26th to December 28th for the appointment reminder, I would have thought they would have checked first to see if my acrylics were ready. Don't they do that? I don't know. If I would think that they would, I don't know how this field works, but I would think they would have checked, right? Can someone look into that? Do they check if the acrylics merchandise is ready before they remind us? That was the other thing. So obviously my point is that they knew they were going to do this the whole time. I don't know how long they've been planning this. I don't know, a few days or a week. I don't know how long this goes. The day I made the appointment, I don't know. I don't know. After that, because Home Depot and Walmart are getting a lot of backhanded, and they're so mad that they got so mad and said fuck up her acrylics. I mean, I don't know. This is weird. And but yeah, they could have called me and told me that my acrylics weren't ready, and they could have called me. Why didn't they call me and tell me my acrylics weren't ready, yet they called me to remind me about my appointment, and then they didn't leave any voicemails? I guess maybe to use it as an excuse that, hey, we'll call her and we won't leave her a voicemail. And then she can't use it as and then she can't say, we didn't call her. I didn't say you didn't call me. I said no voicemails are left. And that lady, if it's true, she said, well, we have it in our system that we did. I didn't say anything. I was like, you have it in your system that you called me and hung up, or that you left voicemails? I want to see those voicemails, because I have some of the calls. Next time I won't delete. I don't know if I did. I think I deleted all of them from this business. But I'm pretty sure I'm willing to get a printout from T-Mobile to prove that what time and what date you guys called and no voicemails were left. And this is a 45 fucking minute drive. And again, as I'm talking, then the more, you know, I'm talking with this lady, then more stalkers come in and start surrounding us in the reception area. And then they're screaming, they start yelling again. They start yelling about immigration. Then all these little kids start screaming. And then the old lady that was peeking in, she said, "Get over here." And again, she started grabbing some little boy's arm. He's in a striped shirt and she was shaking it. You're getting violent, like trying to show off that, hey, we're still acting like this. You know, you can post it all you want. We're still going to act like this. And, you know, get really physical and hard with children and babies and toddlers, you know. And then the more me and this lady talk, the more and more stalkers come in and start screaming. And then they're again talking about immigration and flying to Israel and Iran, and then getting quiet and looking at me. I think because Iran is an Islamic country. I don't know, it's weird. And you know, I'm like, aren't we all human beings? Can't you just give me my acrylics? You know, I'm an American too. And anyway, so yeah, then she said, we'll call. This makes no sense. Then she says, we'll call. So they're picking and choosing. And then she says, we'll call you when the acrylics come in. I'm like, okay. So you didn't call about the acrylics when they weren't in. And they didn't even call me. They didn't even call me to tell me I was taken off the schedule when they said they do that a week prior. They didn't leave voicemail. And yet they called me, and for appointment reminder, didn't leave any messages, voicemails. And then now they're going to call me when the acrylics come in. This makes no fucking sense. You know, I get all my other voicemails, and she said it shows that I'm like, it's only going to show that they called and hung up. And I'm pretty sure she knows that. I will bring my fucking phone in. Well, I deleted them, but I'm pretty sure I can get copies from T-Mobile. I'll have them, if all they can do is mail it out, I will have them fucking mail it out to show. But yeah, this delays my service, you know. You know, all I want, you know, is them to look, you know, shiny and pretty. Just gleaming, you know. And, you know, it's a long drive. And they did this on purpose, you know, to try and make me mad and scream. And I don't know. I guess they were told I'll cause a scene. I'll start screaming, yelling. I don't know. I think Home Depot, Walmart, they said, let's try and get her kicked out of there. Let's try and ruin her party nails, you know, her treatment, and, you know, her party nails, her acrylics. They're not all nails. Other things are acrylics too. I won't get into that. And, so yeah, I guess, they're trying to make me so mad that I cause a scene, and which doesn't make any sense. I mean, they know that that's not going to happen. Maybe they're so desperate. See, desperation makes scum, even humans, more desperate, doing shocking things. And so yeah, and then as I was leaving, these cars were out there again, honking, this, that, and again, kids screaming, yelling, acting like they were going to get hit by cars that were speeding off back and forth. And this car had stopped near the trunk of my car, and they stared at me, and then they drove off. And then yeah, there are lots of them out there, to make sure I knew that they knew what happened, and they heard our conversation, if they did. I don't know. I mean, this is Indiana hillbilly. I don't know what's so high tech. Or they probably got a text from one of the employees that she's coming out. I believe that more than some microphone. Or maybe, yeah, you don't have to be rich or really smart to have a microphone. Maybe they had a microphone of what we were saying. I don't know. But then when I got in my car, yeah, all these cars were like speeding off behind me, and just driving in circles, driving back and forth. And yeah, so then I just drove off and I left. So now I have to wait. And yeah, I don't know. This is really weird. And yeah, I'm so pissed off that, they didn't tell me about the appointment or anything. And, is that true? We have to confirm it. And I did ask her that. I think she said, no, you don't have to confirm it. Well, then why were you saying earlier up at the desk that if you don't confirm it, then we take you off the schedule? But then when I asked her, do we have to confirm it? She said no. So then I said, all right, and then I got up and I left. And nobody said anything. And so yeah, that's what happened. God, my throat. Okay, so I don't know, I had some acid my throat is so dry because I had some spicy food yesterday. Oh my God, it came back to me when I was doing sit-ups. It burned my throat and I was coughing. You're not supposed to lay down, of course, after eating, spicy foods, but it was like 4 or 6 hours after I ate. But anyway, okay, back to what I was saying. And yeah, I had to rearrange my day. I had to wake up extra early, do my workout, and they knew all this. And they knew and that's the thing. That's why they had the stalkers outside in the parking lot, because they knew Naughty's driving here. And of course, the number one reason, the Scuzz neighbors who shared the adjoining wall here with me, of course they texted the staff and told them Naughty's getting ready. Of course they told them that. And so they all knew I was coming. Plus the stalkers in the parking lot, they obviously told them to come. The staff obviously told them to come because Naughty is on her way out here. And they knew, and I was driving out here, and they didn't call. And of course, they're acting like, they don't know the stalkers, nothing. And yeah, so they're bringing in violence. I mean, that guy wouldn't move. They were showing through Home Depot and Walmart that, hey, abusive man, block her, be really mean to her. Don't move, I think they were trying to make me hit him or something, like get in a physical fight, try and get me arrested. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, that's like, isn't that like workplace and like customer endangerment, workplace violence and customer endangerment and stuff? And it was like a really big, tall guy. They're trying to intimidate me. I was like, excuse, I said it like 3 times and he wouldn't move. And finally, and that was like a narrow space. I'm like, I better not rub up against you, because I'm just going to stand here then. I'm not going to go through this crack in the wall and rub up against you. If that's what you want me to do, that's not going to happen. I'd rather sit on the floor then. And anyway, okay, so that's all the stuff that's what happened there. And yeah. So I don't know what happened. Something happened between the time my appointment was made to the time. Yeah, and it's been almost 3 weeks. I would think that's ample time for the acrylics to be made. I remember it took less time before. Like a few months ago when I first got them, it didn't take almost 3 weeks. I think it took like 10, 12 days, but I don't know. So I would think, they would be ready. I mean, I don't think they're ready and they're hiding. I mean, maybe my acrylics are ready and they're hiding. I don't know. Or maybe after the appointment was made, Home Depot and Walmart really told them, hey, don't make it. Just stall. Either they're made and they're hiding it, or they're really not made. Something happened after the appointment. I don't know if the intention was to make them and have the acrylics ready by 29th, or after I left, something changed, and then they decided, they got really mad at Home Depot and Walmart, and they said, hey, don't make them for her. Don't make these acrylics for her. Just have this bitch drive out there, waste her gas, and then that's when you tell her they're not made. I'm like, well, then why did you have me waiting there? Again, to get the stalkers in around me. And remember, they knew that. I'm like, why did she told me to go ahead? Oh, we'll go ahead and take you, and then they had me wait like 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes out there. And, they knew, they knew that nothing supposedly was made. They knew that I wasn't going to go home with the merchandise that I was expecting. They're supposed to deliver it to me by me going there. They knew that. They're purposely making me wait, and, that all happened. And, yeah, so I hope I get I get all my other voicemails, so you guys better not just call and then not leave a voicemail, because I'm not going to call you back. I'm just going to think you drunk dialed me, or I don't know, maybe I wouldn't say an appointment reminder. You would have left a voicemail. Don't expect me to call back, because it looks like you just you did just hang up. Why would you call and hang up? I like to see in that system if no, they never left any voicemails. It'll just show that they called and hung up. And I do have a voicemail. I do have a greeting. That's, that automated one. No one is available to take your call. Leave a message. That robotic voice. And, I've gotten other messages before from other people. So it's not like they left it and I didn't get it. They didn't leave it. There were 0 messages in my voicemail. I even checked it before I came on. I was double checking. Because you know how it'll say the number of messages at the bottom of your phone, 1, 2, with like a red circle. There's none of them there, but I just checked my voicemail just in case. No voicemails. I typed in my passcode. It says you have 0 messages. So, and so yeah, I don't know. It's weird. This doesn't make any sense. And yeah, it really pissed me off, because I had to rearrange my day, work out. I had to get up at midnight, and I could have slept in till 6 a.m. instead of getting up 6 hours early, And and then I came all the way out of here, and no, it's really weird. My other acrylics are getting loose, and they're getting loose and kind of stained and shaky, and so I need, tighter ones. So, yes, I guess these will work out. So, I don't know. So, that's what happened. So basically I'm denied. So I don't know if if what was I gonna say? Okay, so yeah, I don't know if the pearls or the acrylics, I don't know if the fancy pearls and acrylic, I don't know if, I really don't know if they're sitting there and they're just hiding them, denying them to me, or I don't know if they're not made. Something happened after the appointment was made, and then they decided to stall it. Like the appointment was made and they were going to make it. Their intention was to make it. And then Home Depot, Walmart got mad and said, don't make it. Just make Nadia drive all the way out there. And then make it after she leaves. Or they're ready and they're not giving it. which sounds really weird, but yeah, this is all happening because of Home Depot and Walmart, and they deserve it. But hey, like I said, I'm not being sarcastic when I say this. I mean it. I'd rather go through all of this, even if it was hard, which is hard. It isn't hard for me. And I'd rather go through this than ever give in to them and succumb to their blackmail. You can hold me true to that, because the proof in that, you see, you witness the proof. You hear, you see, you feel it. Because since 2016, I haven't succumbed to the blackmail. So obviously there's proof right there that I'm not being sarcastic. I really would rather go through this, even if it's torturous, even if it's hard, even if things are stalled. I'd rather go through this, and I really mean it, than ever give in to them and succumb to a blackmail. No matter how hard they try and make it. Again, nothing's been hard. They've never made, I can't say they made anything so hard where I was like, oh my God, I have to give in to them. Oh, I have to commit suicide. Oh, I have to move away. Oh my God, I have to get, I've never felt that way. I've always felt like I can work through this. I can continue my life. And, you know, I'm a woman that can have it all. I can defy them. And I can continue to keep strutting. And we can. I want to say that to other victims. Don't give in. You can continue your life. That's what they want. They want you to think that they own every... Please don't believe that. Especially these. I never believed it. No brains, no education. They look like they live, die, eat by prison. The lowest form of retail in the food chain. But yeah. So yeah, that's what happened. Anyway, I have to go and relax now. Okay, so I want to edit. Okay, so yeah, anyway, I am Lips of Flame, and I deliver all of the shady, nasty, dirty, sneaky, underhanded garbage business that businesses shell out, dagger out to innocents like me. I will not stop or shut up. I want to know when. I want to know why. I want to know how. I want to know who. And most of all, I want to know why. Why?